Hi everyone, this is Uday here. I welcome you all to this new course, Government Schemes for 2020 Civil Service Examinations. So we are going to deal with different schemes that is introduced by Government of India and state governments because it is very important to understand and know these schemes. So the schemes are basically something very important because the schemes are designed to fulfill something. We do not have something, so because of that, the government is introducing schemes to fulfill the need. Okay, to fulfill the vacuum. Okay, so that is why schemes are introduced, and these schemes are very important because we are preparing for administrative examinations, and hence it is very much required. Okay, so let's look at the first topic for today. Okay, that is the institutions of eminence. Institutions of eminence. So this is our first topic. Okay, so this is our first topic, and we are going to look at this particular scheme by Government of India in a little detailed manner. Okay, whatever you need to know from the perspective of examination, we are going to do it. Okay, so the institution of eminence scheme. Okay, it has been introduced by Government of India. That is the important thing you need to know. So what is this institution of eminence scheme? So this scheme, what is it? So it is a scheme to empower the higher educational institutions. So empowering of higher educational institutions. Okay, so the basic objective of this particular scheme is to empower the higher educational institutions. So why? So we answered what. Okay, we know that it has been introduced by Government of India, and it is for empowering the higher educational institutions. So why is the next question? Why we need to empower that? So that is the next question, right? So why we need to empower is that even though we have a lot of institutions in our country which is very famous and very big, but when it comes to global level, these institutions are not able to compete with them. Okay, so there is a lot of reason for it, but this particular scheme, the institution of eminence scheme, is being introduced by Government of India to overcome this particular problem. Okay, so now we answered what and why questions. So now how they are going to do it. Okay, so for recognizing this institution of eminence scheme, this is basically a status. Okay, so for institutions which is already existing in our country, it is a status of institution of eminence which is being given by the government. Okay, so for that we can apply. So the already existing institutions can apply for it. Okay, so for doing it, there is a empowered expert committee. Empowered expert committee which is appointed by Government of India for recognizing the institutions if there is any application from them. Okay, so there should be application from the institution that is already existing, and it will go to the empowered expert committee. They will decide upon whether they need to be given institution of eminent status or not. Okay, so these are the three important questions we have answered: what, why, and how. So here if you see, the recognition of institutions can be for private as well as public institutions. So there can be two types here. One is public and the other is private. So private and public here means public institutions and private institutions. That is what I am talking about. So why there is a basically a divide. Okay, so since there are few privileges that are attributed to private public institutions here, I am just making a difference here. Okay, difference here. So if you are a public institution, a government will be giving 1,000 crore of grant for its development. Okay, and if it is a private institution, that is not the case. They need to manage their own. Okay, so private and public, and for public they are giving 1,000 crores for development. And what is the other important thing that we need to know is privileges. So what is the privileges that an institution will get once it acquires the status of institutions of eminence? So it is that they will get autonomy. sorry for the disturbance. So what are the privileges? We are talking about the privileges, okay? So what are the privileges? So by acquiring the status of institution of eminence, they will acquire certain privileges. That is, they will be having autonomy. So what kind of autonomy? It is, they will be having autonomy over academic matters and administrative matters. Okay, so they will be having privilege over administrative and academic matters. Okay, and they will also be receiving special funds from the government of India. So these are the very important thing that you need to know in terms of if someone asks you or there is a question in the exam, you need to know about these important points which is related to institutions of eminence scheme. Okay, there are other few additional points which I also want to make clear to you. So the additional points are, with the recognition of institution of eminence, an institution can also recruit faculty from outside India. Okay, so this is an important thing because you just not going to rely on the faculty from within India. You can also recruit faculty from outside India. Okay, so but there is a limit. So the limit is basically 25%. So only 25% of the faculty strength should be from outside the country, and you can also bring in students. Foreign students can also study in those institutions. Foreign students can also study in these institutions, and the limit should be maximum of 30%. Okay, so these are the two important things, and other than this, there can be academic collaboration, okay, between different institutions, academic collaboration. Okay, within institutions or even from a foreign institution, and the institution which is getting the recognition is free to fix the fees